Infinite loops. Infinite loops are a good way into using and getting used to the syntax for looping and the different types of looping mechanisms. You have while loops, which we will discuss, and you have for loops. Now, the difference between these two types of loops is that this one can give you infinite loops. This one is what we call a counter based. Um, and it can also give you infinite loops, but you tend not to use this. If you've got numbers you need to manipulate inside your looping code, and you want to use numbers and manipulate arrays and all this kind of stuff, or lists and get data out, or sums, etc., you would use this type of counter-based loop. If you want a broader set of conditions, then we tend to use this. So what do we mean by an infinite loop? Well, let's code a simple example to discuss it. Okay. So we had in an earlier example a piece of code. Let's get rid of the instructions because by now I would hope that you are comfortable with this. We got input object, we asked for the age, we received it, we checked a bunch of conditions on the age value, then we outputted the discount for that age. Now what I want to do is all of these lines here I want to keep on repeating. So you enter your age, and then it gives you a discount. It then allows you to enter your age again, and then again and again. There's no escape from it. So how do we do it? Now this is quite a good exercise because this shows you, I would hope, a very straightforward way. We grab all the lines we want. Okay. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm going to tab them along. And then at the top, before I hit the first line of what the code I want to repeat, I write the word loop, while, sorry, not loop. And I write in here true. I put an open squiggly bracket, right, to indicate that's the beginning of the code that will run inside the loop. Come down to the end of that group of code and do a closing squiggly bracket. And then what you will notice, I would hope, is that if you can see on my screen, when I highlight that as yellow, see if I can do that again. At the top of my screen, can you see it says while true is a bracket? Look, if I do that, hopefully that will let you see that when you click these brackets, they show you where the beginning and end are, right? So if I click that again, that's the beginning. Scroll down, in yellow is the end. It's a very important and useful trick to spot beginnings and ends of blocks of code, right? So now that's an infinite loop. It will always return true. And so as long as it keeps on returning true, while things are always true, it will repeat this code right up to that end bracket again and again. So let's just test it. Now what's nice about this particular approach, so let's please enter your age, let's say 45. Discount is enter your age, let's say 15, 30, etc. Now the advantage of this approach is that it lets you test code as well. Using infinite loops or loops in this kind of way, you can take a block of code and you can just keep on testing that it works. You can put different values in and so on, right, as I'm doing there. So that's one clear advantage, but it also is a very simple way into understanding loops and how looping and repetition works. This infinite loop is just means repeat that block of code forever. Okay, so in the sheet, you've simply got a version of this, and you've got a bunch of earlier exercises which I'm asking you to put into infinite loops and get them to endlessly repeat. The purpose of that is to get you to make sure that you practice the brackets open and close, and you gather the right lines of code you want to repeat. So that will stop there.